I'm going to do my best to explain this to you. I thought it would be easier if I just did a quick video instead of trying to explain it over the phone. So, let me get my internet pulled up here. So, I have your assignment pulled up and your article pulled up. And basically, what she's asking for, you already have the article, so we just need to do a quick summary in your own words. So, that just means that we're going to talk about the highlights, the main idea of this article. And I have already, let me pull up my Word document here. Before I made this video, I've already typed up just a little bit so that the video wouldn't be so long. But so after reading the article, I've basically summarized it by saying, in this article written by Steve Toback, he discusses the issue of lax grammar due to texting and the increasing use of social media apps such as Twitter. Toback offers to clear up any confusion about when and when not to worry about correct grammar, with 5 tips to help out writers in a business environment. Toback essentially tells us that if our writing has a chance of being in the public eye, has our name attached, or will be forwarded to supervisors or managers, then we should take time to make sure our grammar is on point. Now, she's asking you to include one direct quote. So, this is what she's talking about when she says an in text citation. So if you hear somebody say in text citation or parenthetical quote, this is what it means. They just want you to take a direct line from the author, from the article, and incorporate it in your paper somehow. And the reason that they do this is because it's kind of backing up, what you're saying. So, for example, if we go back to what I've written, we can add on this and include a direct quote by saying something like, Toback states that for, let me pull the article back up real quick so I can look. Well, that didn't work. That for social media content, internal emails, and messages, and now we're just going to take a direct quote from what he says. So we've already said up here that he tells us that if it's going to be in the public eye, or if it has our name attached to it, or if we're going to be forwarding it to supervisor managers, that we need to make sure our grammar is on point. But he's also saying that it can have a conversational tone, that it doesn't have to be extremely formal. So that's what we're going to say here. So I'm going to copy this whole quote here, okay? Now, when we put this in, we have to use quotation marks. That lets the person reading the paper know that you did not say this, that he has said this. So then I'm just going to copy it in there. And we have to end it with a quotation mark too. Now, what she's wanting here is what goes along with in-text citations. So whenever we use an in-text citation, we have to let the reader know where we got this information from. Now, since you're only going to have one article, it would be pretty obvious, where this information came from. But let's say, for example, you're writing a research paper and you have 5 articles that you've been using. If we don't put some sort of indicator at the end of this in-text citation, then your reader's not going to have any idea where you got that quote from. Okay? So, what we're going to do right now, before we go in here and put the information that we need, I'm going to show you how to do the citation that she's wanting. All right? So, on another page because your works cited page is always separate from your actual paper. So on your works cited page, and you'll write works cited, you are going to give her the information for the article that you have used. Now this is the MLA format, and all that does, Marquita, is it's just a specific way to format your paper. That way all the students in college have the same format. So it's just a guideline, really. That's all the M is. So now she said that your information was in your Moodle, but MLA is MLA. It's the same across the board. So I always use this. I use Purdue Online Writing Lab whenever I need to check to make sure I'm doing a citation correctly. So if you just Google Purdue Online Writing Lab, it'll pull up this information for you. So we are using an electronic source because you got this article online. And this tells you everything that you will need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll down to show you what we need, all right? So we're going to be citing this electronic source. If you were citing an entire website, this tells you what to do here. If you were just citing a page on a website, this would tell you how to do it. If you were citing an image, this right here would show you how to do it. If you're citing an article in a web magazine, so all of the citations are different depending on what it is that you're doing. But since we're using an article from an online website, this is the one that we need because this is an electronic source. So what we're essentially going to need from the article is the author's name. We'll need the article name, so the title of the article. We'll need the title of the website, which I think was CBS or something like that. We will need the publisher information, which will be CBS too. Now, that won't always be the same, but because it's a news station, that's going to be the same publisher. For example, what I mean by that, Marquita, is like if you were using a book. So let's say that you were using, I don't know, a book on grammar. The title of the book, might say something like 7 ways to use good grammar or something like that. But the publisher might be Random House Publishing or McGraw-Hill Publishing, and that would be your publisher for that. But since it's CBS, it'll be the same for us. You'll need the URL of the website that we got it from. You'll need the date that you accessed the material. And up here, too, when it says publisher information that we were just talking about, you also have to give the date that your website was published. So I'm going to show you what all of this looks like. So let me go back to your article. All right. So the first thing that we will need is the author's name. And again, if you ever don't know how to do anything, it'll show you right here. So down below all this information, it shows you the correct format to follow. So this is the format right here. So we're going to use the author. So we're going to do Toback, comma, Steve. And then a period goes after that, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, so it shows us right here that there's a period after the author. The next thing that we have to do is type the title. So if we go and we get the title, it's Does Grammar Matter Anymore? And I do wonder too. Now see, I haven't used this in a long time because I use the APA format now. Because that's what, like after you finish your bachelor's degree, you have to start using APA format. And it's a little bit different. So I want to make sure that we have to put, I think that we have to put it in quotation marks. So, does grammar matter anymore? And how is that written? It's got LOL in parentheses, so that's what we want to do. And we'll put that in at the end of the quotation as well. And I believe it also had a period after it. Let me check. Yep, after the title, there is a period. Periods always have to go, Marquita, before the quotation, except for at the end text, and I'll show you that in just a second. So next we need, we don't have to worry about the title of the container or the other contributors. All right, so we're going to need the website title itself. So the website would be CBS News, because that's where this came from. It tells you that right there. So we're going to type CBS News. And let me see if there's a period after that. Nope, just a comma. See how it's got commas? Alright, so we'll put a comma after that. And now it's asking for the publisher. Now the best place to find the publisher whenever you're looking for your article is down at the bottom. So we're going to scroll down and let's see. CBS Interactive right here, it tells us. So usually by the copyright date, that's where you'll find your publisher. So it's CBS Interactive Incorporated. So I'm going to go back to our paper and type that. CBS Interactive Incorporated. Now, I believe there's still a comma, but I'm not sure because that's our publisher. Yep. So I'll have a comma after that. And then I need our publication date. So I'm going to go back to the article and I'm going to see when this article was published. And it was published on June 27th, 2002. So I need to put that in there. June 27th, 2002. Let's see if I need a period or a comma now. Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to put, let's see. So the location that we need here, Marquita, will be where this is located. And you'll get that just by copying the address for this article. So you'll hit copy. And then we're going to go back to our paper. We're going to put a comma. And we're going to put that in there. Now you will need a period. And then the very last thing that we have to do, there's not a second article or other contributor or anything like that, so we're not going to worry about this, is the date of access. So the date of access is the day that you went to this article for the first time. So today is the day that I went to this article for the first time, and today is September 27th of 2017, so I would type September 27, 2017, and then I would put a period. Okay. All right. So that is how you do a works cited. Let me plug up my computer real quick. All right. So this is how you tell whoever's reading your paper where you got the information. That way, if they want to look at it, then this gives them all the information that they need to be able to go find it. An MLA, again, is just the style for which you're formatting it. It just tells you what to put first, like the author, the title, yada, 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 yada. All right, so now we have our article cited. The next thing that we have to do is put our in-text citation. We have to finish this. So we use this direct quote from him, but like I said, if you have more than one source, you have to let your reader know where that quote came from. So to let them know which article it came from, you'll use the author's name, and since we only have one source, we only have one author, so we're going to write, in parentheses, Toback. And then we're just going to put the date that it was published. So his was published in, that's not right, it was supposed to say 2012. His was published in 2012. So we'll write Toback 2012. Then we'll close up our parenthesis. And here is where we will put our period to end this sentence. Now, I don't suggest ending this with a quote. So we need to go on and type one more sentence. And we might say something along the lines of, let me go back and look at this article real quick. Okay, so we might talk about the exceptions right here. So let's just say this. Toback does tell the reader that there are, oops, I told you I have to use the backspace key like crazy, that there are exceptions when grammar and formality are less important. And those exceptions are when, how did he word it? We're talking about like a limited character space. Okay, so he just says anywhere space is limited. So we'll just say when space is limited, such as Twitter posts, resumes, or PowerPoints, because that's what he says. But he's not, we're not stealing that information because we're not copying exactly what he says word for word. And we're giving him credit over here with this works cited. So, like, for example, if I typed all this up and I didn't give him credit, then I could get in trouble for plagiarizing. And that's an offense that's finable. So, we would pay money, I could face jail time, and definitely get kicked out of college. All right. So, the next thing that she's telling you that you have to do after this is all finished is put it in MLA format. So, MLA format doesn't only mean just the way that you do works cited. It also means the way that you format the entire paper. So I'm going to highlight all this because she said it needs to be in Times New Roman. Damn it. Times New Roman. It needs to be 12-point font. And then she wants it double spaced. So there it is, double spaced. Now your works cited needs to be up at the top. Oops. And the way that these work, let me double check this real quick, Marquita. Because like I said, mine's a little bit different. Yes, okay. So you see how this bottom, this second line is indented? So that's what we're going to have to do to this. This also should be Times New Roman and double space. So I just want to make sure that we do that at 12-point font, double spaced. And then we need to indent this. So I'm just going to go to this second line and hit tab. I hate when it does that. So you'll have to go to the end, hit enter, and then hit tab. We'll have to do that down here as well. Okay, now your works cited is correct. The only thing that I don't know what she's talking about, you'll have to check your Moodle, is, let me see where she says that. Your type summary, where did she say that? It was something about what she wanted on the, prepare your paper in MLA format with the appropriate information in the top left corner. Now, I don't know what she's requiring you guys to put in the top left corner. I don't know. You'll have to look on your Moodle and see that. It might be your name. It might be your name in the article. It might be your name and the way that the paper's formatted. If I just Google real quick, let me see. MLA format. Top left corner. Let me see if there is a general format for what you need to do here. Indent the first lines of the paragraph. Okay, so again, this tells us exactly what we need to do, and this is the owl at Purdue. So here is the guideline specifics. Let's see. Double space your paper. It tells us that. Formatting the first page. So you'll need, she doesn't tell you guys that you need a title. So on your upper corner of the first page, list your name, your instructor's name, the course, and the date. Okay, and that's supposed to be double spaced too. So we need to go back to our paper. I want you to check your Moodle though, Marquita, and make sure that's specifically what she wants. So we'll indent, because that's the first thing that has to be done. And again, I don't know if she wants you guys to have a title or not, so you'll need to check that out. And then, let's see. So up here at the top, you would just put your name, because I think that's what it asked for first, Marquita Gurley. And then it's asking for your professor's name. And then it's asking for your course name, so whatever the name of your class is, and then it's asking for the date. It's not September 17th, it's the 27th of 2017. I don't know if she wants you to put the page numbers on here, but just in case she does, you should probably do that. So you do that by typing in the margins up here, and then in the header, we'll click this, and let's see if it'll number it for, oh, there it is, page number. Let's have that. Perfect. And then she'll probably want your last name. So let me see if we can get rid of that. Let's go back to page number. Yeah, okay. So we'll just click over here in front of it. And then you would type like your last name. Okay, so we need to pull our works cited back up. All right. And then this is essentially what your paper should look like. But again, check your Moodle to make sure that this over here is exactly what she's telling you to do. And the last thing that I'm going to show you real quick, Marquita, is a very quick way to get your works cited done for you. And you're going to love me for this. I use this all the time. So there's this brilliant website called bibme.org, bibme.org. And when you click on BibMe, it's going to come up with the format that you need. So, like I said, I use APA now, but you're using MLA. So you would click on MLA. And then you get to pick what type of source you are using. So right now we're using the website. So we're going to click on website. And then in here, it will find the website for you just by putting that web address in. So I'm going to go to your article. I'm going to click up here in my browser cache, and I'm going to copy this. So I've copied that. And then I'm going to go back to BibMe, and I'm going to paste that in here. After I paste that, I'm going to hit search website. Okay? So this is the article. It was CBS News. It found it for us. So I'm going to hit select. All right? And it's saying this is what we found. So it's found all this information, but it did not find the publisher. So remember, this is all the stuff that we need for that citation, but it's saying it didn't find the publisher. But that's okay, because we know that the publisher was CBS Interactive Incorporated. So we're going to click Final Step. And see how it populates all this information for you? It does the title, the author, the website. Oh, it did do the publisher. It lied. The URL, that's where it's found, the location. And then you can change this here. So whatever you need it to be, you can change the date. And then you're just going to hit Create Citation. Now look at this beauty right here. It does the entire thing for you. So all you have to do is copy that and paste it into your paper. Isn't that gorgeous? And the best part, if you click on parenthetical, it shows you exactly what you need to put for that in-text citation too. I use this website all the time, and I would highly recommend using this. It's beautiful. Alright, so I think that's about it. I'm going to send you this video, and I'm going to send you this paper so you'll have it to look at. Again, check your Moodle. Make sure this is correct. Make sure that she wants you to put your information up here. See if she wants a title. And see if she says anything about this title right here. Some people want it centered. Some people do not. So check and see that. If you had more than one source, I'll tell you this real quick. So if we were using 2 articles, 2 sources, we would have to do another in-text citation here. And then you would put them in alphabetical order based on the last name. So if we got an article that was written by Kevin Gurley, then his whole thing would go up above this one, and toe back would be last because we have to put them in alphabetical order. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to send this to you. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps. Love you.